Welcome to my market wrap for Wednesday, January 4th, 2017. Flattish day. It looked like, we were going to rally a little bit. Fed minutes came out. Everything to me was assumed to be as expected. Within regards to what they were discussing, to policy and everything, it looks to be as expected, as predicted. I was expecting a little bit of a market move. And it did go up a little bit higher, but not as much as I would have hoped. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed up 60.40 points to 19,942.16, inching ever closer to 20,000, up 0.30%. The Nasdaq Composite closed up 47.92 points to 54.77 even, up 0.88%. The broad-based S&P 500 closed up 12.92 points to 2270.75, up 0.57%. And the small cap Russell 2000 closed up 22.5 points to 1387.99, up 1.65%. So see, you're seeing some sector rotation. The small caps obviously went up on a bigger percentage basis today. Looking at other indices today, the Nasdaq 100 triple Qs closed up 25.87 points to 4937.20, up 0.53%. The S&P Midcap 400 index closed up 26.04 points to 1695.94, up 1.56%. The S&P Small Cap 600 index closed up 14.05 points to 857.41, or 1.67%. And if I repeated that twice, it's because the mid caps were up 1.56%. I'm sorry on that. The NYSE Composite Index closed up 89.41 points, or 0.80%, to 11,243.76. The Gold and Silver Index, the XAU, closed up 1.14 points to 83.15, or 1.39%. And the Semiconductor Index, the SOX Index, closed up 2.41 points to 909.75, up 0.27%. And finally, the CBOE Volatility or VIX Index closed down 1.05 points to 11.80, or 8.17%. Looking at market internals today, volume was pretty much normal. Total share volume on the New York Stock Exchange, 3.73 billion shares traded, of which 3.15 billion was advancing, 523 million were declining, and 52 million shares were unchanged. Looking at the Nasdaq Composite Index, or the Nasdaq stock market, I'm sorry. Total share volume, 1.86 billion shares traded, of which 1.47 billion was advancing, 329 million was declining, and 57 million were unchanged. Looking at the NYSE market, or AMEX, total share volume traded 117 million shares, of which 80 million were advancing, 32 million were declining, and 4.9 million were unchanged. Looking at the advanced decline line or market breadth on the New York Stock Exchange, 2,606 issues were advancing, 466 were declining, and 63 issues were unchanged. Looking at the Nasdaq stock market, 2,253 issues were advancing, 653 were declining, and 121 issues were unchanged. Looking at the NYSE market, or AMEX, 228 issues were advancing, 96 were declining, and 17 issues were unchanged. Going up to the currencies and commodities today, starting off in the currencies. The US dollar versus the euro. This is all versus the dollar. The euro, 1.0491, up 0.0085. The Japanese yen, 117.28, down 0.47. My favorite currency, the English pound, 1.23223, up 0.0086. The Australian dollar, 0.7282, up 0.0062, and Swiss franc 1.0208, down 0.0067. Looking at futures today, West Texas Intermediate crude 53.10, up 0.77 or 1.47%. Brent North Sea crude 56.26, up 0.79 or 1.42%. Gold 1164.20 or 1164.10. I'm sorry, just ticked down, up 2.1 or up 0.18%. Looking at silver, 16.485, up 0.076, up 0.46%. And equity index futures, Dow Jones futures, 19,862, up 64 points or 0.32%. The S&P 500 future, 2264.50, up 12 points even or up 0.53%. And last but not least, the 10-year bond up 4/32 of a point. Yield to maturity to 2.435, down to 2.435. Well, that's it, guys. That's today's market wrap for today. I hope you have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. And as always, never give up on your dreams. Always fight the good fight. Whatever obstacle you encounter, go around, you persevere, and you win. And please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Please like, share the video, and subscribe to my channel if you found this video of use. Boy, it's just tongue-tied today. And also, please support me on Patreon. A link will be in the description. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.